Wow, it is so foggy right now. I mean, that is what my view is. I can't even see 10 feet in front of me. Huh. Well, I'm out here exploring some new gravel roads. I wanted to come out to the gravel roads in a beautiful area that I had never been to before. And it's only fitting because I am also reviewing the Craft Xplor Hybrid shoe. A fun kind of road to trail, road to gravel shoe. Check out the outsole on that. Hopefully you can see that okay. It is made for running on the road, made for running on the gravel roads, made for running on some trails. More on that in a minute. But this is my full review of the Craft Xplor Hybrid shoe. We're gonna keep climbing. It is beautiful out here, even though I can't see much, but hopefully the fog clears and I can show you how beautiful this area is. Okay, let's keep climbing. The sun's gonna be coming up and move on with the review. But in the meantime, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us of the specs and features of the Craft Xplor Hybrid shoe? Oh, and I almost forgot. Give the video a like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. Consider joining the channel membership. Okay, voiceover Chad, now over to you.
Craft states, inspired by the versatility of gravel bikes, this shoe is designed to provide the same hybrid capabilities, feeling like a road shoe on the pavement and a trail shoe on the dirt. The Xplor Hybrid is a game changer for runners who crave the freedom to explore any terrain. As for some of those specs and features, you have a Victoria manufactured outsole rubber, Px or Px foam midsole, which is a steamed TPE beaded midsole, one-piece engineered mesh upper, very breathable, lightly padded and gusseted tongue. As for that midsole stack, you have 38.5 millimeters in the rear, 32.5 millimeters toe stack, and a 6 millimeter drop, weighing in at 261 grams or 9.2 ounces in a men's size 9, and a US MSRP of $139.99. I should mention that Craft did send me the shoe for the purpose of review, but all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. All right, Chad, back over to you.
Sure is pretty out here. Man, I'm still climbing though. I had to turn the headlamp off. It was too foggy and I could only see a few feet in front of me. Turned out that I could see better with the headlamp off as the sun was starting to come up. All right, we're gonna let the sun come up just a little bit more, let it be a little bit brighter out here. But on today's review of the Craft Xplor Hybrid shoe, I'll be talking about the build quality, comfort, the performance, and the value of the shoe. I won't give it a rating between 1 and 10. So let's get to the top of this mountain and get on with the review.
And by the way, if you're interested in this shoe, please check out my affiliate links below.
All right, looks like we are approaching the top, but unfortunately there's not going to be too much of a grand view on top of this mountain, but nonetheless, it is still surely pretty out here. So overall, I'm really impressed with Craft's build quality on the Xplor shoe. That outsole rubber in collaboration with Victoria, the gravel bike tire company, is really quite nice. I think it's gonna be pretty durable. The rubber feels fairly soft, so we'll see how long the outsole actually lasts. And wow, just kidding about the grand views. This is magnificent. This is northern Fort Collins, by the way, and that right there is Horsetooth Mountain. Just absolutely stunning right now. Wow. Okay, please forgive me if I keep getting distracted by the beautiful views and wonderful gravel, snowy trails, roads. So as I was saying, we'll see how long that outsole rubber actually lasts, but I'm confident it'll do just fine, especially if you stick to gravel roads, smooth, gravelly dirt trails and such. I do question the longevity of that outsole on the road if you do a lot of road running. So time will tell. I'm liking the choice of midsole. That steamed TPE midsole, as they call it, is the type of material that's really bouncy and responsive, but as far as quality, it's a good choice and it's gonna last a long time. And with 38.5 millimeters of heel stack, 32.5 millimeters of forefoot stack, you have plenty of it underfoot, and I don't see why this midsole wouldn't last 500, 600 miles. Super bouncy, responsive, should last a really long time. Loving this midsole. Holy smokes, this view. Huh. Wow. We gotta stop and get a picture of this. As for the upper, I think Craft chose materials that were lightweight and breathable, although I do have one area that maybe they could improve it on. That would improve the quality overall. But the shoe really came together well. I mean, Craft has excellent craftsmanship. See what I did there? So really no concerns as far as quality of the upper or longevity of the upper. So I'm gonna give overall quality an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10, which is really good. The only area of potential improvement, I think, would be to add some additional overlays. I think that would add some durability and structure to the upper that would improve the overall build quality. Okay, so moving on to comfort. So not much to say about the outsole rubber as far as comfort is concerned, but seems to do an adequate job being comfortable on most conditions. I would say anything but the most technical and rocky of terrain. But on a gravel road like this, even on pavement or concrete, the Craft Hybrid feels really comfortable underfoot. Now, a lot of that has to do with the midsole, which is really soft, cushioned, and bouncy, which I really like. It's a really nice sensation underfoot. You have plenty of stack underfoot to keep you comfortable no matter the distance. I would not hesitate to take this on a long run like today, and of course runs that are shorter or anything in between. The upper is also surprisingly comfortable, more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. When you first feel the shoe in hand, the upper feels kind of loose, but once you get your foot in there, it's pretty nice. The tongue is gusseted, lightly padded, and the upper overall is very breathable, which is quite nice. There's not a lot of room in the toe box. It's not supposed to be a wide-fitting shoe, but it's not necessarily narrow either. So for my narrow to average foot width and size, it fits true to size and is really nice. The fabrics on the upper are also very adaptive and feel good across the top of your foot. The tongue, I do wish was a little more padded, especially in the upper section where you tie the laces, but that's really my only complaint when it comes to the comfort. As I mentioned and alluded to earlier, on smoother road and gravel road, dirt trail surfaces, the shoe's very comfortable. You can just keep going through your stride and there's no pinching, no hot spots, no rubbing on your foot. It's really quite nice. You don't have to concentrate on the shoe or what your foot's doing. You can really concentrate on the trail ahead and just enjoy the miles in this shoe. There's also some padding, not a lot, but enough, adequate padding around the ankle and the heel. And the heel is also very structured. Actually, it's quite rigid, but it really does a good job at holding your heel in place. I'm gonna give overall comfort also an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10. Like I said it like 3 times now. Overall, really comfortable and more comfortable than I thought the shoe was going to be. But I do wish there was more padding in the upper portion of the tongue right here where you tie your laces. I think that would just add a little bit to the comfort. Not to say that it's uncomfortable, because it's not, but I think that would just add to the comfort overall. Absolutely beautiful out here. But now that we're descending, we're getting less snow on the road itself and starting to get back into actual gravel roads here. Although it rained last night, like I mentioned earlier, so these roads are Pretty moist, a little muddy in spots, but not a problem for these Craft Xplor Hybrid shoes. I think it's time for another picture. So now you're probably wondering, Chad, how does the shoe perform? Well, let me tell you, if you haven't already gathered, the overall performance of the shoe really exceeded my expectations. And I think a lot of that has to do with the midsole. This midsole just feels good underfoot. I really like kind of that bouncy trampoline effect, but it's also soft, and I can feel my feet, especially on this downhill section here, I can feel my heel and my foot just kind of sink in and then bounce out of the shoe. It's just a lot of fun. Oh, another gorgeous view. Wow, check that out. Oh, absolutely beautiful this morning. This is gonna be a run that I remember for a long time, and we'll probably come back out here again. Wow. I'm also really pleased with the performance of that outsole rubber. Victoria, you did a great job, Craft. This was an excellent choice to partner with them on this outsole. It's a really soft rubber, at least soft to the touch, and does a really good job at gripping into the gravel and the rocks and the road. Of course, it does a great job on the road. So again, we'll see what the performance longevity is of the rubber, but right now I am loving this outsole. Excellent, excellent choice. Oh, and the lugs are really nice too in the gravel road. When you're running on the road, you do get kind of that rumble effect, you know, when you're running, kind of like as if you were riding a gravel bike with some gnarly gravel tires on the road. It's not bothersome, but it's just noticed. And then a lot of that has to do with the deeper lugs that are on the outside of the outsole. I'm not sure what their official depth is. I would guess about 3 millimeters, maybe 3.5 millimeters. And then of course you get that smoother portion of the rubber down the middle for a nice smooth transition from heel through toe off. So again, Craft, Victoria, great job on that outsole. The upper performance is also really nice in that the shoe's super breathable. I mentioned it in the Comfort, you have that gusseted tongue. The tongue is also breathable, and the materials are very adaptive to your foot. I can feel the upper just moving with my foot in a good way. Now, one area of performance that I would find a way or recommend to improve on is that on very uneven surfaces, your foot's gonna slide left or right, kind of inside the shoe. Not the heel portion, but more the mid and toe area of your foot. It'll move to the medial and lateral side on uneven trails. So when you're running on fairly smooth gravel roads, kind of like this here, or on the road, that is not a problem. But if you were to take these shoes on an uneven single track trail that was more technical, you probably will feel that sensation of the foot moving left and right. Now, like any shoe, if you use it how it's intended to be used, it'll do generally just fine. And that's certainly the case with the Craft Xplor Hybrid. Use it as it's intended to be used, and the performance will do great for you. Hey, some wild turkeys. All right, we're gonna go on a run. Let's do this. What are they doing? They have nowhere to go. Wow, they're pretty quick. They're going faster than I am. So how would I rate performance? I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 if you use this shoe for its intended use. If you're getting this shoe and running more undulating trails, rocky trails, single track trails, then the performance would probably be more like a 6 out of 10. But in these conditions, it is excellent. Now moving on to the value of the shoe. At $140 US MSRP, I think that is a pretty good value. However, my thoughts are a little torn here. If you're gonna buy this shoe and use it mostly on gravel roads or doing a lot of road to trail running, I I think the value is definitely worth it. And I would probably put it an 8, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. But that therein lies the issue, or where I'm slightly conflicted. Oh, and sorry about the wind if you can hear that. This shoe really fits more into a niche market. And I'd be curious to hear from you if you are the type of runner who does a lot of road to trail running or gravel road running. I would almost rather have 2 shoes, one dedicated for road running and one dedicated for trail running. But I don't have a lot of opportunities to run out at a gravel road like this. I mean, I had to drive about 25 minutes to get out here and then run, which can be a little inconvenient sometimes. It takes away time from the family. So I think the Craft Xplor Hybrid has its place in the market, but it's really only valuable for those who are going to be using this shoe for its intended hybrid purpose. It really excels and really holds its value, really performs well on gravel roads, kind of like this. So let me know your thoughts. Is the Craft Xplor Hybrid road to trail gravel shoe one that you're interested in, that you're eyeing, that you're thinking of buying, or not? I don't think there are a lot of shoes on the market that really fit this niche, that gravel road running market very well. But if that's the type of shoe you need, the Craft Xplor Hybrid shoe is definitely the way to go. So that said, I would recommend the shoe for that purpose. All right, looks like I'm coming up on mile 11 of 16 today. Just enjoying the beauty out here. I mean, just look at this. Wow, just stunning. Love it. Alrighty, let's leave off this video as we always do. I appreciate you being here. Give the video a like, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this shoe, and subscribe if you made it this far into the video and you're not already subscribed. If you are subscribed, consider joining the channel membership. It'll go to support me in the channel and the content that I'm able to produce for you. So that being said, remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile, as I certainly am today in the Craft Xplor Hybrid. What a fun shoe. Okay, see you on the next video. Bye.